Hello guys, today we will do the Kirchhoff's rule. Kirchhoff's law. There are two laws of Kirchhoff's. First is called junction rule. Junction rule. Junction rule states that the sum of algebraic sum of all the current, algebraic sum of all the current meeting at a point, is equal to 0. That is sigma I equal to 0. Or you can write the total incoming current is equal to total outgoing current is equal to total outgoing current. It means, suppose this is the junction. Junction means there are four ways route. So let the current is coming on this junction I1, and here I2 current is going out. Here I3 current is going out. Then again suppose here I4 current is coming. So total sum of incoming current is I1 and I4. So I1 plus I4 equal to outgoing current I2 and I3. I2 plus I3, or I1 minus I2 minus I3 plus I4 equal to 0. So this is called junction rule. Next is the loop rule. Second, loop rule. Second rule is loop rule. Loop rule says that the product of current and resistance, is in a closed loop is equal to the total EMF of closed loop. That is summation sigma IR, the product of current and resistance, that is equal to total EMF, total E. Or you can write capital E also. So this is the loop rule. To understand the loop rule, let us consider a closed circuit. This is a closed circuit. Let EMF of this cell is E1, EMF of this cell is E2, resistance is R1, this is R2 and this is R. First you mark the direction of current. Let I1 current coming from this cell and I2 current drawn from this cell. Here is a junction. So both current meet and pass across the resistance R. So this is I1 plus I2. And when this current come to this junction, then again divided into two parts, I2 and I1. So this is the direction of current. And after that, you use the loop rule. Either you come to there are two closed circuit, this is one and this is second. There are two closed circuit. If you are moving in a closed circuit, let's mark it, this is A, B, C, D, E, F. So first closed circuit A, B, C, D. So in mesh A, B, C, D, A. This is a closed circuit. In this closed circuit, suppose you are moving in anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise direction is A to D, D to C, C to D and B to A. This is anti-clockwise direction. And if the direction of current is also in the same direction, suppose A to D, there is no resistance. So this product is 0. Now D to C, you are moving from D to C and current is coming from C to D. So this product of current and resistance should be negative. So this is I to R2, C to D, there is no resistance, so this value is like, and B to A, you are moving from B to A, current is also in the same direction, so their product will be positive, I1 R1, and this is equal to total EMF of the cell. So you are moving in anti-clockwise direction. So whenever come from D to C, there is one cell, and in cell, if you are moving from positive to negative, this is positive, this is negative. You are moving from positive to negative, so the EMF should be EMF taken as negative, and whenever you are moved from negative to positive, then EMF taken as positive. So see here, when you are moving from D to C, positive to negative in a cell, so this is a potential drop, so that should be negative. So this is minus E2, and then come to B to A, minus to plus, this is potential raise, so that should be positive, plus E1. So this is equation number 1. Now come to the second mesh. In mesh second circuit, B, D, E, F, C, D. In this closed circuit, come to the D to E, no resistance, E to F, R resistance, current is also in the same direction, so product of current and resistance should be positive. I1 plus R1, I1 plus I2 plus R, and then come to F to C, no resistance. Now C to D, there is a resistance R2 and current is also in the same direction, so that value should be positive. So this is I to R2 equal to total EMF. Only one cell is there in this circuit, so you are moving from C to D, means negative to positive, so that value should be positive, E2. This is equation number 2. And one more circuit is there, that is a weak circuit, superposition of these two, that is A, E, F, B. In mesh A, E, F, B, A. Come to this circuit here, no resistance, then E to F, one resistance is there, you are moving in the same direction, current is also in the same direction, so product of current and resistance should be positive, plus F2, B, no resistance, B to A, one resistance, current is also same direction, so this is plus I1 R1 equal to. Now in this circuit there is only one cell here. You are moving in this direction and from this cell negative to positive, so that value is potential raised, so it should be taken as positive. So this is E1. This is equation number 3. Now how to verify this result, whether this equation is correct or not. If you add this equation 1 and 2, equation 1 plus equation 2, it should be equal to equation 3, because this is the superposition of these two equations. So if you add these two equations, I2 R2 I2 R2 cancel, so you will get I1 R1 plus I1 I2 R2 equal to E2 cancel, so this is E1. So this is correct. So this is the verification of Kirchhoff's law. Note down fast. Okay. Now to derive condition of Wheatstone bridge. To derive balance condition of Wheatstone bridge using Kirchhoff's law. So condition for Wheatstone bridge is if G for galvanometer, I is equal to 0, then R1 by R2 equal to R3 by R4. So this condition you have to prove using Kirchhoff's law. So first draw this circuit, Kirchhoff's Wheatstone bridge circuit. Let this is R1, this is R2, R3, R4. Let from here I current is flowing from this positive terminal. Here is a junction. Let I1 current is coming through this direction, and then remaining current I, and here also this is the galvanometer, one galvanometer provide. The resistance of galvanometer you can mark it 5, and this is current IG. So A, B, C, D. Mark the current. I1 current passing across R1, so remaining current, this is R3, so remaining current I minus I1 will flow through this direction. Let IG current in this direction, so remaining current I1 minus IG will flow in this direction. Now here IG current coming on this junction, From here I minus I1 current, both current meet together and flowing this direction. So this is I minus I1 and plus IG. This current flowing, and then again here both the current from I1 minus IG and I minus I1 plus IG meet at this junction. Then I current flowing this direction. And now there are two closed circuit. This is market 1 closed circuit and this is the second closed circuit. So to prove it, use the closed circuit one. In closed circuit A, B, D, A. In this closed circuit, if you are moving from A to B, current is also in the same direction. So product of current and resistance positive I1 R1. B to D, current is also in the same direction. So product of current IG into resistance R5, that should be also positive. Then from D to A, current is reverse direction, so the product will be negative. So I minus I1 into R3, that will be 0 because there is no cell in this closed circuit. Now use the condition here, put Ig equal to 0. So if you put Ig equal to 0, then I1 R1, this value is 0, so minus I1 R3 equal to 0, or you can write I1 R1 equal to I minus I1 R3. This is equation 1. Now use the closed circuit 2. In closed circuit, this is one closed circuit, now two closed circuit. In closed circuit 2, B, C, D, B. B, C, D, B. In this closed circuit, here B to C, BC. Current is also in same direction, so this is I1 minus IG into R2. Then C to D, current is in reverse direction, so this is minus product. So minus I minus I1 plus IG into R4. And now D to B. Again opposite direction, current is in opposite direction, so their product is negative minus Ig into R5. Ig into R5 equal to 0. Now here also put condition applied, Ig equal to 0. Then this value will be I1 R2. And this is also 0. So minus I minus I1 into R4. And Ig again 0. So this is equal to 0. So you are getting here I1 R1, I1 R2 equal to I minus I1 into R4. This is equation number 2. Now divide equation 1 and 2. On dividing equation 1 and 2. So one equation here, I1 R1 by 2 equation I1 R2 equal to I minus I1 into R3 divided by I minus I1 into R4. So this term cancel. So R1 by R2 equal to R3 by R4. So it satisfies this condition. R1 by R2 equal to R3 by R4. So this is the method for finding the valence condition using the Kirchhoff's rule. So you note down this one.